What was it like? When we first started working together, what was it that you said, hey, I need something, and I think this guy can help me out?
The real problem was I developed what I had no idea was ulcerative colitis. I thought I had hemorrhoids for a while. I'd seen some doctors. They told me, oh, you're just stressed and you have hemorrhoids, and we'll put bands on them. So I trusted them, but nothing worked, and I just got worse and worse. And so I finally decided to get a colonoscopy, and it turns out I had ulcerative colitis. I had no idea. The shocking part was that I've been a vegan for a very long time, and I've always operated under the notion and really believed in that, things that are non-communicable, diseases and issues that are non-communicable are food-based. And so I'm sitting here thinking, well, how the heck can I do that and give that to myself or as a vegan? It just kept getting worse and worse. And I remember the night before the colonoscopy was the worst ever. And I was like, this is bad. And then when they diagnosed me with it, I was like, okay, well, this makes more sense. But then obviously doctors wanted to put me on Acicol for the rest of my life. And I said, there's absolutely no way. I'm too healthy of a human being. I care and know too much about my body. There's got to be a solution to this other than being on a medication for the rest of my life.
Where are your symptoms now, and what's life like now?
Symptoms are as if I never had any of these issues. It literally, once we cleared it up and I identified that I was eating so much fat, it was really the tahini and the almond butters and all of these fats that we vegans eat all the time. And I was making my own almond butter, my own tahinis. And so, here I am thinking, oh, these are homemade. They must be so good. There can't be anything bad. And so, now that I haven't cut any of it out of my diet because we do need fat, but I've now understood the amounts I need, and I eat the appropriate portions of it per day. Rather than eating 300 grams a day, I'll eat 50 or 60 grams a day of good fats. And once my body returned to homeostasis, it was like that was in my rear view mirror, and that was it. That was the end of ever seeing an issue again. I was making between 10 and 15 bowel movements a day, heavy blood, just almost all blood. And so to go from that to nothing real quick, it has to be a combination of the naturopathic medicine, things we did with the comfrey root and the diet. There's no way that it can't have both that's involved in that. And again, I never went on any medication. They prescribed me Acicol. I never even filled a prescription. What you really did for me is help me identify what I was doing wrong, because, unfortunately with diet, we don't know what's right or wrong. I mean, let's face it, the world has got us all confused. And so even though here I am at, 6'3", 165-pound runner, working out 6 and 7 days a week, still develop an issue like ulcerative colitis. And I really had no idea why, but I knew it had to be something that I was putting in my body. And so with the help of you, we began to dig and research, and we got from one place to another, and we determined, once we got my lab, we saw why our liver functions are elevated, and we started to make parallels between that and how the liver processes fat. And then we started to dive into what I'm really eating during the day, because unfortunately, in all my years of being vegan, I never really looked at my micro and macronutrients. I never really analyzed, what am I putting in? How much of what am I getting? Am I in symbiosis? Am I in a harmony between everything, or is something out of whack? Going on the shakes every day was the best thing for your system, because it's the easiest thing for your system. There's no question that those shakes are just so soothing to your internal systems, and it gives your digestive system, your intestines, it felt like you were getting a rest from your digestive system having to work overtime, because the shakes are so broken down, the fibers are so macerated by the blenders and stuff, that it's so easy for your body to digest them, absorb the nutrients. And I noticed that my stools were much better right away from that. I was still bleeding, but I noticed that right away, just that was an improvement. We made it go away pretty quickly, and it was quite remarkable, almost like an overnight. It almost felt to me like there was a wound in my intestines that almost like that healed, and that was it. I did feel like my energy was low, and it was harder to exercise when I was going through the issues. And then obviously once we cleared it up, now I'm back to full strength. I exercise 6-7 times a week. If I can get to the gym 7 days a week, I will. I run a tremendous amount. My energy level is higher than it's ever been. I mean, it's back to what it was when I first started as a vegan, and I noticed that my energy went skyrocketing.
And what about digestibility? Do you feel like now you have the tools to be able to cook food and prepare food correctly and eat in a way that's easier on your gut?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that once we cleared this issue up, I was going to be able to go back to all of the recipes that I've been making or things I've been eating before this issue arose, obviously on the basis that I corrected the amount of fats I was eating a day. And so I went right back to being able to eat my, again, vegan diet still, but, cooked food, lots of cooked food. I try to do a shake twice a week. I did one for lunch today. I just think it's great because for lack of anything else, the raw nutrients in your body is, I think, better than any set of vitamins you can take in the morning. Anyone here to fix themselves without the need of always leaning on medication? There is other options.